ready to feel about yourself?
Sitting here, I'm trying to keep up with you work. Kind of the way things are right now.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Why did you fly on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express 26 times? 26 times, Bill. Why? What were you doing on Jeffrey Epstein's plane? He knows. James Patterson knows who Jeffrey Epstein is. Child sex trafficker. You flew on it 26 times.
Shut up.
What, do you got nothing to say? You know you did it. James, tell him who it is.
This isn't an open session right now.
It's not an open session?
Not for questions right now, okay? So can you just sit down?
You wrote a book on Jeff.
Sir.
26 times, Bill.
If you can sit down and we're looking to continue, you can't disrupt the event.
You didn't investigate it.
Okay, let's go.
You didn't investigate it. Look it up. Jeffrey Epstein. Who cares? Yeah. Yeah. We know, Bill. We know, Bill.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, have a good time, folks.
Can you guys name the person in your early life?
Jeffrey Epstein. So fine.
You are.
What's that?
You're acting like an insane human. There's a door.
Ouch. You don't know that he flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane?
He did not. And get out.
You're going to deny that?
Get out.
Get out of here. Come on, man. It's documented. I'm not saying anything to the children.
You may or may not be right, but you can't disrupt the event.
Well, how am I going to talk to Bill Clinton?
That's not what this event is for. And by doing that, that's why you get talked.
Well, if I could listen, that's fine. I know we're getting tossed.
so-
If I could walk up to Bill Clinton and ask him a question, I would. But this is the only opportunity I get.
There
But
were
people should
questions
be.
that were submitted.
Come on, man. He flew on a convicted pedophile, child sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express 26 times. That's documented. I know. It's not the time or the place.
A former Secret Service agent is threatening to release damaging information on former President Bill Clinton. Dan Bongino says he may release information on Clinton's 26 documented trips on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet, the Lolita Express. Epstein was convicted in 2008 for soliciting sex from an underage girl and served 13 months in prison. For more on this tonight, we go to the host of America's Lawyer, Mike Papantonio. Mike, Dan Bongino, his testimony or his information coming forward could break the story wide open. What's going on here?
Well, it is. This is a story that is so underreported, Ed. In absolute secret, the U.S. government negotiated a deal that forgave multi-billionaire Jeff Epstein for procuring sex with about 40 children. Some as young as 12 years old were trafficked from other countries to other countries. The deal that allowed Epstein to serve only 13 months in a special private wing of the Palm Beach jail where he was allowed to leave every day for 16 hours. Basically, he only slept there. It carried the possibility for everybody else who wasn't a billionaire life in prison. Epstein's private pilot, Larry Visocki, in addition to all this, came forward and said that he had flown Bill Clinton around on the same jet at the same time with underage girls that Epstein had on his jet. In fact, Bill Clinton's name shows up on logs that have been forwarded to me 20 times. Bill Clinton's name 20 times during times when some of these girls were on board. The Epstein team also ordered private investigations by the truckload to harass, threaten, and offer money to families in exchange for non-cooperation with the investigation. So a lawyer down in South Florida who I've worked with so many times, very, very talented trial lawyer, has brought a lawsuit demanding the case be reopened, because the disgusting plea deal that was made by the government violated the Crime Victims' Rights Act when it made a plea deal with Epstein without informing anybody about what was going on with this billionaire.
Welcome back to Hannity. New concerns tonight for the Clinton camp as the former president's bizarre friendship with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein has been called into question once more in a New York Post article entitled "Bill's Libido Threatens to Derail Hillary Again." Now, just last week, political consultant Roger Stone detailed the extent of Clinton's woes and their potential entanglement in a brand new lawsuit when he wrote, quote, Epstein even pleaded the Fifth Amendment when asked about his relationship with Clinton and whether Clinton was supplied with underage girls. Now, this new lawsuit may compel the former president to testify under oath about what he was doing there, meaning at Orgy Island. Here now with reaction is the man who wrote that article, longtime Republican strategist, New York Times bestselling author Roger Stone, and the Washington Examiner's Rebecca Berger's back with us. Guys, good to see you. You highlighted that this is far from over, which was my instinct from the beginning. Why is he hanging out with a convicted pedophile? And it goes deeper in terms of other relationships. And you're saying that this case, because he got a slap on the wrist, meaning Epstein, there's a lot more to come here. Explain, Roger.
Well, because there is now a credible lawsuit to overturn the non-prosecution agreement in which Epstein, the pedophile, got a slap on the wrist, that the adult women who were procuring underage girls for him got immunity, and the VIPs, some very big names that he was trafficking underage children to for sexual purposes, got immunity. So if this is overturned, Bill Clinton, among others, could be compelled to answer under oath what he was doing on Epstein's plane 17 times, what he was doing on Epstein's hedonistic private island multiple times, in the company not of Hillary Clinton, but of a number of underage girls. I think Bill Clinton's got a lot of answering to do, and I think the courts may compel him to answer those questions.
Why did they seal this and prevent the families? Because this was brought to the attention of authorities because a 14-year-old girl was with Epstein. Why did they seal this and not let people know? Why did the prosecutors do that and protect him?
We don't know the answer. It's not just the state prosecutors that gave him a slap on the wrist. Then that deal was essentially rubber stamped by the federal prosecutors. Sean, some of Epstein's victims were as young as 11 years old. The average age was more like 14. This isn't consensual sex. This is pedophilia. Why would Bill Clinton be friends with someone like this? And what did Epstein's victim, who's filed this lawsuit, mean when she was told by Epstein, Bill Clinton owes me a few favors? What did she mean by that? What did Epstein mean by that?
I think people deserve answers considering the significance and seriousness of this. And what this one woman is telling us actually went on at that island. I think we deserve answers. Rebecca, how significant is it that Epstein pled the Fifth when asked about Clinton and the nature of their relationship?
Well, it's significant, Sean, and it's not entirely surprising because as a friend of Bill Clinton, Epstein certainly understands the politics of this, understands what a sticky situation Bill Clinton could find himself in at the worst possible time politically as Hillary Clinton is gearing up for a presidential campaign and eventually running for president again. And so, of course, he would want to try to keep his friend Bill Clinton out of the spotlight, especially when you consider Clinton's past dalliances, his past sexual scandals. This, at the very least, is going to be reminding people of those.
So we're supposed to believe that the guy that was involved, let's see, with Jennifer Flowers, Paula Jones, Kathleen Willey, Monica Lewinsky, Juanita Broderick, we're supposed to believe that he's hanging out with a guy that is notorious in terms of these young women and has this conviction, and it was just innocent.
That's what they will want us to believe, absolutely.
All right, guys, thank you both. We will follow the story. A lot of people ignoring it, but you know what? It's too big a story. We need answers. Hillary's in hiding. Where are the questions to be answered? Thank you, guys.